Have Michael Devoe, we'll go ahead and open it right up to questions. Kelly.
Mike, it seemed like you were getting frustrated with the non-calls on some of your shots to the basket. Kind of what happened there and kind of what were the refs on?
I got to be better on that. Also, I mean, games like this, they're not going to call fouls like that, so it's going to be a lot of physical things going on in the game. So you just got to play through those things and be tough. So.
Right.
Seemed like most of the game, you guys had pretty good control of the boards. You know, what happened in that final minute? It seemed like all of a sudden they really got on the boards and out-hustled you guys.
I would probably say fatigue set in for us. A lot of guys played a lot of high minutes, but also it just comes down to toughness at the end of the day. We got to win every possession and play every possession at the highest level. So for us, we can't take anything for granted, and we did.
Kelly.
Rodney, you seemed to kind of take over when the team needed a spark to kind of come back there. What was going on? You were cleaning up on the glass and getting some good looks in the basket as well.
My teammates were just finding me, and I just had scored around the hoop. I missed a few in the beginning of the second half, so I couldn't get up for it towards the end.
Rod.
I guess another thing to look at in that final minute was using the clock to your advantage. It seemed like you maybe took some shots maybe a little too early in the shot clock. Is that what you guys saw?
Absolutely. I feel like our guard play got to be better as far as getting us in the offense and getting us in sets and stuff. It was just a lot of just selfishness going on involved in that towards the end, and we just got to be better. Guys that are new on our team, they got to find out that this is how our offense is run, and they got to get used to it and getting used to everything that we do. So.
Michael, just overall, the offense, how would you feel like things went tonight? Possession, overall, possessions?
I mean, I'm definitely gonna go watch film on it. It was a fast-paced game, so a lot of things were going on. But I feel like we just got to get better. We weren't getting into our offense where we needed to be, and I feel like we took that for granted. A lot of times we were able to get first offense or first-sided scores, and most of the time that doesn't work. So. We just got to be better on that.
Sam, Michael, you mentioned the minutes. Coach last year liked to play a pretty tight rotation. Do you feel like that's going to be, you're going to need more bodies this year?
It's not necessarily that. It could be that as well. But I think guys that are getting the minutes, we have to understand that we got to play every position, and it matters. You know, for us, we know that how Coach is and how he likes to run his sets and do his things. So we really just got to buy into that and understand that.
How did the early foul trouble with, three of your starters affect the way you played the game?
It played a big part. A lot of guys, we like to be aggressive at times on defense as well. So for them to get early fouls and get a lot of fouls at the beginning and towards the end of the game, and it played an effect. So.
Kelly.
Just in terms of the turnovers in the first half, that was a story you guys had there for some what was going on there on offense?
I'm just trying to hit home runs, just threading the needle that really didn't have to be threaded. So we just got to slow it down and make sure we can execute and hit simple plays.
Like with some of the just young guys, when they're getting the first time that had their butterflies, that kind of thing, that's something you're saying?
Absolutely. New guys, freshmen coming in. They got to get used to it and understand it. I think they'll get a lot better from towards the season goes on and the progression of it. But a big thing is watching film and just getting better from it.
Okay.
What did Miami do defensively?
They started doubling when I was driving to the paint a lot, but they just played solid. They scouted us really well. They knew our persona and all that type of stuff. So for us, we got to understand that we got to still execute at the end of the day. Regardless what other teams do, we got to still play Georgia Tech basketball. And I didn't feel like we did a great job tonight with that.
Anything else for Mike or Rodney? Ken?
You mentioned how maybe your team was taking things for granted.
Towards the end of the game, every possession matters. Like I said, those rebounds were key at the end of the game. We needed those possessions. Sometimes on offense, we wouldn't run the sets that we needed to run. We would do one side, like first-sided offense, and and not get into our thing. So, I mean, just taking those possessions for granted, that cost us the game like it did tonight.
Okay, time for a couple more, Kelly.
Mike, what was the play supposed to be on the
It was kind of that, but again, they scouted us, and I mean, I drove to the lane. I thought I had an opportunity to score. They played pretty good defense on that as well, so it was just tough. But we shouldn't have been in that predicament at the end of the game like that. We should have put them away. But give our hats off to them. They played a great game today.